There is a serious threat currently facing Brazil. Flooding has become almost a regular ordeal in this part of the world, and with climate change accelerating the process, there are limited answers as to what the Brazilian people can do to save themselves from inevitable disaster. According to David Bresch, a climate change expert, a major driver of flood exposure is the rapid urban population growth as paved areas inhibit rainfall infiltration into the soil. By creating more infrastructure in land prone to flooding, the water can no longer absorb into the soil, which ultimately causes the rivers to overflow and cause catastrophic damage to the houses and cropland surrounding them. The increased amount of urbanization in Brazil has made this issue even more pronounced, as the density in the population makes these intense floods even more damaging to communities. In terms of environmental change, the worsening globe climate change is projected to create much more intense extreme precipitation events in Brazil, which will be exacerbated during El Niño since it lies on the coast. In terms of the impacts on communities, there will be substantial losses of agriculture across this country, along with leaving many people homeless due to flood damage. According to In Focus author Jonathan Kinghorn, floods in Brazil cause economic losses of about USD $1.4 billion annually, which is a huge chunk of money that the Brazilian economy must compensate for. With forecasts projecting increased frequency and intensity of flooding, it is clear that something must be done. An applicable solution to reduce the harsh effects of climate change on Brazil would be to relocate citizens into less densely populated regions, since the evidence indicates that urbanization is one of the leading factors in the extremity of the damage done to communities. It would be logical to spread communities further apart from one another in order to alleviate the effects of intense storms. Additionally, elevating building structures could reduce the number of homes and businesses that are inevitably flooded and destroyed during these intense storms.